whatever they can do. Today they come.
I wanted to show something with this song.
Okay.
Bring it down. Bring the song down. I want to share something with the public.
Okay, with the public.
Yeah.
They have been sacrificing so
Bring the volume down.
riding on the backs of the innocent. They call themselves the 1%. New World Order.
So you want to show
New
them?
World Order. Now in America, we've been spending this money for the longest at $20 US. And on top of this American dollar is dead presidents. And people kill for this.
People kill. Yeah, people
You could
kill,
take
yeah.
this money and do this. You can do anything with it.
Yes. People kill for
But
it.
the value still remain.
Yes.
If someone find it, it's a 20. Whether you find it on the ground. Now look at this. In the back of it, they put a picture of the White House.
Yes.
If you now try to take a picture of Qshan, you cannot miss this TV behind.
Never.
Because we are in the same
Yes.
geographical landmark.
Talk to me.
All right. Now, on top of the White House, they put in God we trust.
Trust.
Because they know the short for South is ST. You agree? The short for South is ST.
Yes.
Thank you. And the word trust is TRUST. Now in New York, if you take a picture of the Twin Tower, you cannot miss Brooklyn Bridge.
Of course.
Thank you.
Of course.
All right. So now, the first tower to get hit, and remember 9 plus 11 is how much? If we do the mathematical
9 plus 11.
sum.
9 plus 11 is 20 exactly.
Thank you. And it's the $20. So how come this money would have been printed for so many years? And if you check it out, it is printed by the Federal Reserve, which is not a bank in America. It's an international bank that makes money for America. It gives America the money for face value plus interest. So when we spend the money, we are being taxed to pay back the money that has been borrowed.
Yes.
So we are still on a plantation,
Oh,
in other words. So now look at
this
it.
is serious.
9 plus 11 is 20. So you ever heard about a term saying 2020 vision?
I've heard it.
So if you have no 2020 vision, you won't be able to see what I'm about to show you. And on the money, they never add a bunch of 20s here. But look, you see 20s? A bunch of 20s. Aha.
Yeah.
So look, this recently came on the money, which is just to show you that certain world governments inflict terrorism on their own people
Yes.
to bring about the change of the New World Order. Because with the New World Order, they have to create a pentagram of blood, which is Hiroshima bombing was one of it, 9/11 was one of it,
Yes.
Katrina was one of it.
Yes.
Everything is a connection to bring about their so-called change, which is the so-called 1%.
And the change will even be
Thank
to
you.
their favor.
So how could this money that has been spent in the US for so many times, and I told you, ST is short for South. The first tower to get hit is the South Tower
of course.
in Manhattan.
Yeah.
Look at it. And look at this. ST is short for South. There was no terrorist on the plane that went into the Twin Tower. There was no one.
What are you talking
My brother, I'm telling you, there was no one on the plane. All these hijackers are alive.
They deceived us.
Thank you. So now look.
BBC.
So you see ST from the word in God we trust is right here on the wing of the plane. Because if you learn to make a plane in school, you'll be able to do exactly what I
know
just
what
did.
you- yeah.
And this is like a plane. Because now, you make a plane, right?
Yeah.
In school now. So the second tower that got hit was the North Tower.
Yeah.
That's the Brooklyn Bridge right here.
Okay.
And that's the Twin Tower. So this is one of the conspiracy that they manifest on 9/11, which is September 11th. The reason for that is because in Ethiopia, the September 11th is considered as a new year.
Oh, that's the.
So they paganize our Afrocentric history
Okay, so they
and
want.
create it into a catastrophe. So when you ask the young children who may born in the next year or so, hey, you ever heard about 9/11? Oh my God, yes.
Talk about America.
You
don't
only
talk
think of
about
America. You won't think of Ethiopia being a new
Oh,
year.
gosh.
So guess what?
So it was just created.
You see it. So now look. So this is America inflicting terrorism on their own people and blaming it on some guys from the Middle East.
Yeah.
But if they're from the Middle East, answer me this question. Where is the Middle West? Where is the Middle North?
I don't know.
Thank you. So they remove Egypt from out of the map and create a Middle East. All right. Now the second conspiracy that manifested on 9/11 is the same picture that we could not have seen because they put a picture of the White House and put "In God We Trust." But in the back of the White House, which is on the same geographical landmark, you will see the Pentagon. And that is the Pentagon.
Of course.
And no plane went into the Pentagon. They actually take a rocket launcher and shoot it into the Pentagon, and they quarantine the area, and they made it look like there was actually a plane, but there was no debris of the plane.
So that they can be chasing innocent people.
Thank you. So now if they meet you in America and they see people like me who have turban on, and they can just pull me over and hold me for 72 hours without telling me nothing. Once they say, you've been suspected, you've been detained. So this is the new way of America. So I fed up being a victim of such. A victim of being driving and pulled over and a guy say, oh, what are you doing here? Pronounce your name. And he watched my name and say, pronounce it. I said, Qshan. Oh, you're very far from home. This is not a typical black American name. Because in America, there's not much people that have the name Qshan.
They say that.
So it's, yes, so you tell me you're very far from home. So constantly I've been reminded of who I am.
So you want to come back.
Thank you.
That's the reason.
So as you can see, so the New World Order I speak of is in the money that we kill ourselves for, the dead presidents. One of the conspiracy that manifested. Yes, my brother. So I just had to share this with the public.
I'm going to even learn more from you because I need to know the history more of some of this. So that's the reason you are saying the New World Order.
New World Order, because this is part of the New World Order.
You're going to teach me and tell me more so I can teach my people.
Yes, my brother.
It's becoming sad. The kind of lies the Western media tells. I was in the UK when 9/11.
And I know you felt hurt.
And you know what happened?
You felt hurt.
You know what? The UK citizens were jubilating. Yeah, the big brother has been. And I'm like, okay. So we consider you like white people. And so one white man is down. You see him, the big brother. The big brother, what they call America big brother, is like, America is too boastful. So they give the big brother is not like an honor. It's just like making fun of them. Oh, you want to be a big one? Fine, we call it big brother. That's what they do. And guys in the factory I was working were so happy that the big brother had a problem. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Wow. So you see, even amongst themselves, they are
and in that building, in that Twin Tower building, there was no Jewish on duty on the day the Twin Tower bombed out. So it was orchestrated.
Yes.
And the Jewish in America is some so-called, I don't want to call them in no kind of derogative name, but they wish they're Jew. Wish. Break down the word.
Okay.
Jew.
People who wish.
They wish they're Jew.
People who wish they were
We
Jews.
are the falafel Jews, which is the dark skin, burnt skin in Ethiopia.